A few years ago my sister and I were on a flight to Orlando, so clearly there are a lot of families on the plane. There were also some people who appeared to be traveling for business, but had been sentenced to coach. I happened to be sitting in a row in front of a very patient man, an entitled Karen and her entitled little Caleb who was about 6. The Caleb was in between his mom and the patient man, and the patient man had the window seat. The mom made sure little Caleb had a full introduction to the patient man before the plane took off. PM equals patient man, EM equals entitled mom, EK equals entitled kid. The flight was from Salt Lake City straight to Orlando, so about 4 hours, and this X starts right at takeoff and asks PM for some of the sandwich he brought on the plane. I could tell this whole scenario was going to be good, so I left my earphones out. PM chuckled like Ek was kidding, and he probably didn't know WTF else to do. M said he can have some, as long as there is no mayo. He is allergic to eggs. My sister, who was also listening with great interest, and I looked at each other wondering if we were both hearing things, because no one would say that, right? Right? PM said, oh shoot, it's got mayo on it. X said, okay, well, I can just have chips then. Judging by what we heard, the kid reached over and grabbed the man's bag of chips. The poor PM, I'm sure he had no idea what to do. The Ek hands the bag of chips over to the EM, and she opens the bag for her kid. Doesn't bat an eyelash, like it's a regular occurrence for her kid to steal food from someone he has known for 20 minutes. Few minutes later, Ek asks PM for some gum. PM said, I don't have any. The ever observant Ek says, you're chewing some. PM said, it's my last piece. Ek replied, no it's not. I saw you put a package in your backpack before we got on the plane. Mommy, he won't let me have gum. M said, I guess he isn't very good at sharing. PM, who I'm sure has qualified for sainthood, gets his backpack out from under the seat in front of him, which was mine, to get Ek some gum, possibly hoping it will keep Ek's mouth busy for a while. PM takes the opportunity to take his tablet out. My sister is trying to watch all this from the seat next to me, because we are genuinely curious as to how all this is going to play out. Much more entertaining than Delta's in-flight entertainment at this point. X sees the tablet and nearly shits himself with excitement as M sees the tablet too and tells a hapless PM, oh good, that will keep him happy for a couple of hours. She then puts on her sleep mask, headphones and her fucking neck pillow, this is 10 AM BTW, and tells PM not to let Ek have anything with caffeine with the flight attendant, comes by for drinks. PM must have had his own kids, because I don't know how he put up with that shit otherwise. Anyway, PM ended up buying a pair of those cheap ass headphones from Delta, so Ek could watch a Delta in-flight movie, so PM could have his tablet back. Ek was a giant pest the entire flight, and finally 3 hours in, PM lost it when Ek said to him, can I have $1? PM said, I will give you $5 if you sit there and keep your fucking mouth shut the rest of the plane ride. Ek knew he had reached the limit. His mom was snoring away happily. The plane lands and she asked PM if he wanted Ek's address so they could be pen pals. He said no thank you. The person in the row behind them said, listen, ma'am, I have an idea. Next time you fly, why don't you stay awake and do some parenting so some rando doesn't have to do it for you? Pack your kid some shit to keep him entertained so strangers don't have to do it for you. She had this look of shock on her face that she couldn't understand that everyone in the world wasn't just completely enthralled and charmed by her little Caleb. It was a long flight, and wherever PM is, if he reads this, I hope he knows how grateful a plane load of people are that it was him and not us next to that little moron and his idiot mother. Oh, and he refused to give Ek the $5.